Welcome to my house. I am Frumpy Buckle and you're fishing with Uncle Buck today. And we're about to head out on a brand new adventure here in Fishing Planet. And we're heading to Weeping Willow Fisheries in the UK. This is our next one in line in our missions. So this is our level 50 waterway and we're going to head over there. And I've been there for a while and I came back. I wanted to change up my poles. What I originally went over there with wasn't exactly what, and I'll explain that later when we get into the first mission. But for this mission, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the tour like we always do. Now, we can't take a boat on this one, and there is a lot of water to fish in this waterway. So let me get you over here to our live screen. There we are, and there we have it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas that we can spawn in on these 5 lakes. Now this fishery consists of 5 lakes. The original lake was started over here. This was actually Willow Lake, and it's got this century-old tree in there, and this is actually the deepest spot out of all the lakes in here. Most of everything runs in here anywhere from very shallow up. A lot of these lakes around here, Golden Lake and the such here, you might get something 6 feet deep in most places, and shallower. Now down here at the Willow Lake in the corner, this is where the big guys live, the carps down there. Now let's face it, we're going to look at these fish. There's only like 3 fish that aren't carp in this whole waterway that we're going to fish. Other than that, everything else is a carp. And that's the way it is here. And Willow Lake is where we're going. That's where I farm in this corner, and we'll talk about that over there. So with that being said, let's take a look at what we're going after here in this mission. Now, like I said, almost everything in there is of the carp family: the chub, the bream, common carp, of course, the crucian carp. Now we've got a yellow European perch we're going to go after, and then we've got the ghost carp, the golden tench. Now this is the new one. This is artificially bred. This is of the carp family, and they bred this specifically for a game fish. So it's the golden tench, and then you have the grass carp. Now we have 3 new ones in this mission. One being this here golden tench. Now we've had the tench before in Russia, but the golden tench here, this is a new one here. Actually, I think there was a golden tench. I'm not sure now. I have to go back and look. Over in October. Now we've got the hybrid F1. This guy's going to give you a headache. I can guarantee it right now. It's going to give you a headache. Gives me a headache every time I even look at this fish. All right. Now we've got the leather carp, mirror carp. Now there's another one, a northern pike. Now there's a little river in there, and that's where I catch the northern pike at, is up in that river. It's a very shallow river. It's the top northern part, most part of the map. Then we have the Prussian carp, of course, the tench, and the Welsh catfish. So pretty much everything in there other than 3 fish is of the carp family. And that's what we're going to fish for here. And the river that you spawn into, it runs all the way across the northern top up here, and you can fish that there. I like to bounce back and forth because a lot of my hot spots are right here on what they call the Bridges Lake, and then the Willow Lake. I bounce back and forth from there, and then on Golden Lake, we're going to start off probably in the first missions. We'll start off here on Golden Lake. There's a lot in here, and I'll show you where we're going there. All right, guys. So there we have the lake. There's our 5 node. The way I'm going to attack this is we're going to go ahead and we'll jump down in there. We'll spawn in. I'm going to show you each spawn in spot, and as we spawn in, I'm going to pull up the map, and we're going to take a look, and that's how I'm going to do this one here. All right. So let's get spawned in over here. Alrighty, where did I go? That's the wrong spot. I want to go up here. Alright, so we're going to go in at up here at the river, and the pike, perch, and chub. I haven't caught a chub up there. I catch the chub in the lake, and I haven't actually caught a chub up on the river. But we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Now, when you spawn in here, this is pretty much where you're at. And you can walk along this river here and grab. Now, there's yellow perch in here. Supposedly there's chub in here. I think the first time when I came back in March, I did catch a chub up in this river. I'm just not certain. I didn't mark it, so it wasn't a trophy or a uni. We pulled a map out here on this guy here. Oop. That's a trophy perch right there. All right. So you can walk along this. You can walk along this river very nicely over here, and just like I said, it's very short. So you're going to be posting up. You're going to be throwing up current, down current, basically to pull that pike up. So then we come across here, and this over here is basic. This is going to be this is the Cave Lake. Now let's take a look at Cave Lake here. What you have here is that you can spawn in here. All right, let's take a look at now. Let's take a look at the whole map here. What we've got are your 5 lakes here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so you have your Willow Lake, you have Golden Lake, you have Cave Lake, Bridges Lake, and Arbor Lake over here. Now, each one pretty much has a deep hole in it. If you look here, the deep hole, deep hole, deep hole in each one of these lakes. Now, of course, when you get here, you're going to want to fish those deep holes, right? And that's where you're looking for your catfish, you're looking for your big carp of that nature. So now that we see the map over here, let's go ahead and lay Buck's layout on there. All right. So as you can see, trophy wells. Now this here is unconfirmed. This was I got from a buddy of mine. This was a possibility for the Uni F1. You got a Uni Tench over here. And a trophy tench. All right, now down in here, we've got trophy Prussian. Go ahead and open it up a little bit more so we can, let's take a look down there. This is another not unconfirmed hybrid. I'm looking for the uni. Now I've got all the missions done except for the monster, the ground bait, and I need the uni F1, and I have not caught him yet. All right, so we got a trophy Prussian carp. We've got a uni golden tench, trophy perch, uni golden tench. There's an F1. I actually caught an F1 there. He's just an F1. And there's the trophy tench. Now if we drop over here, we've got trophy wells. Like I said, unconfirmed there. Now this is a nice spot that I like to fish at, and we're going to fish there. But over here is, you got a trophy Prussian carp, trophy tench, uni tench, and a trophy F1. Now I've pulled out 4 trophies out of here and 3 commons, and I've yet to get the uni. Don't have him yet, fellas. He has evaded me. We'll get him though while we're shooting this. I can guarantee you that. My time is due. All right, now the big guy. This is where we carp hunt, because you need unis for all of them. To get the ground bait to go after the monster, you got to catch a uni of every type of carp, and this is where to do it right here in this hole. There's a uni leather, trophy leather, uni grass, trophy common, uni grass, trophy mirror. There's just a ghost there. I don't know why he's in there, but trophy mirror, unis. I've got them all but the hybrid F1, and they all come right out of this hole. Every one of them. And like I said, that's Willow Lake. That's the original old one. This is where the willow tree sits there. And that's where I do my carp farming right there at that hole. So carp farm at night, and then we jump right over here and we go after the uni F1 during the daytime. That's the way I've been doing it for the last couple of days. Hopefully it's about my time to get there. So we are here. This is where we're at here. Like I said, you can walk all around these places. You can stop the video and get all my spots over there. But this is one of the spots here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Now let's go over here we're going to go over to Willow Lake. Go fishing over there. All right, now when you go here, what you want to do, there's your river over there, right? Now, there's the old, oh, let's get over there. I'll show you this guy. There he is, the monster, centuries old. Now, we're going to run down here. We're going to come all the way down and around the corner here. Now, there's a couple of spots that you can sit at in here. I like to come around the corner. And I like to post up right here. And what makes it nice here is there's our spot, fellas. That's it. And you just hammer that. And what's nice here is that's only about 77 feet out. So if you're not farming, you don't need to bring a spod rod. You can just bring a wrist rocket and a catapult, and you can hit this very easy because that's for mid-range. The best you can get out of that is about 131 feet. But 77 feet, you just sit here and poke that, and so you can get that extra slot that you don't have to eat up with a spod rod. And that's what I like about this being so close. And like I said, you can. I just bring Balsto ground bait catapult, and then I've got an extra slot for another carp rod that I don't have to bring a spod rod, because that's really all the further you got to get out there if you're going to do any spotting, which I do while I'm here. All right, guys. Well, there's where all the carp are, and we already took a look at everything that we had in there, and it's all here. You can get every one of your trophies and mirrors and just keep hammering this, and you'll have them all. Now the F1, that's the one that the Buck's still working on. All right, so now let's flop over here to Golden Lake, and let's take a look over there. Now Golden Lake, this is kind of nice because it's you can just, I like to just walk around this lake, this one here, and just, there's all kinds of spots everywhere. I mean, you can just post up and bottom rods. And if you're going to use, and like I said, bottom rods and carp rods are what you need here. And you need, because these fish are the smaller fish, the Crucian carp and the Parisian carps, they're smaller. Actually, a big alley is too, I brought that the first time. It was all right, but it was too big of a stick, and it's too small for a carp. You're gonna get very frustrated, and you're gonna beat your head against the table like I did and have meltdowns on these 18-pound big ollies when you latch onto these big carp. Not good. And they are a little bit too tough for the bite, and some for the Crucian carp and the bream and that nature. So you want to go with a smaller. I brought a smaller. I brought the Lake Pro. I brought a small feeding pole, 5 to 14 pounds. That's going to do great for the bream and all that. And I'm not going to use it for carp anyway. And I brought 4 carp rods this time. So that's how we're going to handle that one. And you can walk around his place anywhere. And like I said, it's good. You just post up. It's hit or miss. And like I said, take a look. You can stop the videos and get the coordinates. And most of all this was done on live bait with bottom rods. Or I put a waggler on a small match rod, like the Phoenix here, and it's going to be right where the marks are at. I mean, there's not a lot of flow in this. It doesn't flow, but you got to get down. You got to be able to get down 6 feet through here and get this on the bottom. If you're floating it at 19, 20 inches, you're not going to catch any fish. It just ain't happening. And nothing in close. Don't worry about the banks. If you notice where all my markers are, nothing really against the bank. It's, bring it out a few. And believe me, I've flipped all along these banks here. There's no small fish in this waterway, which I find very odd. I mean, there's no European, there's none of the bitterlings, there's no roaches, there's no small fish, which I find very odd because these fish have to eat something. Um, Most of them are carp, so they're vegetation dwellers and grass eaters and of that nature. But there's the chub, there's the pike. I mean, you got to have some small panfish in there for these guys to eat, if you know what I mean. All right, guys, that's this one. Now, this one here, I've only fished it a bit because there's the big hole over here. Put that pole away, Buck. So I used to come right over here to this spot right here, as you can see right out there, and that hole is right there in front of us. Trophy Prusians. Now I caught the trophy Prusian, the Prusian, the bream, lots of bream, all through here, right out, just straight out. Not a problem there. So that's this guy. And this is the cave one. Like I said, I don't really fish from right here. Now, there's the cave, supposedly. And you can look through it, but you can't walk through it. So I don't really fish any part of this right here. I just haven't gotten to it yet. To be honest with you guys, I have not been able. There's a lot of water here. A lot of water here to fish. And I haven't gotten to it yet. So this, as far as this map goes, I fish it from over here. From this entry point in here at the river, I just come straight across and I get along this bank right here and I fish this out this way. All right. Let's go back. We hit that, and like I said, this is just the administrative building. There's not really, you're sitting here, it's just a different way to get to this particular, the lake down here, Golden Lake. And like I said, this one here, I don't know why I put you here, but this is for this lake here, which is the Bridges Lake. So I'll just take you over there real fast, and this is Bridges Lake. But you can hit all of them. This is a good spawning spot because you can maneuver quickly. You can get to the river real fast. It's just a quick shoot up to here, and you're on the river. This is the hot spot here. This is the hot spot over here. This is the hot spot here. So a lot of times it's pretty cool to go ahead and just spawn in here because you can walk real fast to any of these spots and be bouncing back and forth and not waste a lot of time. But again, the two spots that I like to come in at is here and here. And I use these two main portals to do most of my fishing. I fish here, I fish here, I fish here. Alright guys, what did we do? We got all the 5 lakes. We got everything. We know the fish that we're going after. We talked about it all. And that should do it for the tour. We don't have a boat here. Like I said, it's a lot of walking, but you can get through there quick if you strategically plant yourself in the right place and knock these guys out. We'll knock these missions out and we'll go ahead and get that Uni F1. Real anxious to get him. So, with that being said, remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and we'll be back with exploration number 1. Never ever give up the fight. See you later.